Welcome to Wild of the World, and in this spectacular episode we drove down south in Australia to see the beautiful region of Esperance. And we'll be making this road trip with an awesome four-wheel drive camper van with 2 rooftop tents by WA Experts. Check it! And this is actually the last bit of the big lap. Recently you saw us driving the East Coast full of wonders. And from Melbourne we drove the Great Ocean Road. Through the state of South Australia we drove another 2,000 kilometers. And now we got you all up to speed. Unfortunately, we left South Australia, but we welcomed a new state, Western Australia. It's actually the state where we started this road trip in the first place, because from Broome we now went all the way to Darwin, along the east coast down to Melbourne, and now through the south all the way almost to Perth. So, what do you think, guys? Free campsite in the middle of Norseman. And over here we're gonna have some good times in the sun and with some flies, but that's Western Australia. So I thought, let me show you the major site here in Norseman. It's some scrap iron used to make camels. How awesome is that? I also still wanted to show you the awesome drive-through bottle shops. They come in handy when you drive around with the camper. Jens is always excited to see a playground, and while Norseman seems like a bit of a ghost town, they have an awesome one. We actually see more cockatoos than humans in the small town of only 600 people. There is a really nice and big free campsite though, and the sunsets are incredible. Good morning! The sun is shining and today we drive to Esperance. Let's go!
But first... coffee!
We exit the town to see yet another beautiful mural painting, and we make the drive to Esperance. All over Western Australia I've seen some colored lakes, like pink ones, blue ones, but over here driving through Esperance we see like this greenish, bluish, yellowish, I don't know what the color is, but it's called Lake Stevenson and it's incredible. Look at this! We will never get used to driving through these otherworldly landscapes. And I can assure you that plenty more of this is waiting at the coast. Esperance is a beautiful coastal town in a region called Goldfields Esperance in Western Australia. It's known for its incredible beaches and a stunning coastline. We're here in the RAC Holiday Park just north of town to explore this entire region. check into the campsite with the best location near the beach. It turned out to be one of the best we had in all of Australia actually. And Jens totally agrees.
Already some weeks ago we drove the Great Ocean Road in Victoria, and Esperance has got something similar. It's a 40-kilometer long Great Ocean Drive, and along the way you'll see the most stunning beaches, rocky cliffs, small bays and hidden natural pools.
We start here at West Beach and get overwhelmed by the blue waters that surround Esperance. But there is much more to explore.
There are some incredible beaches on the way, and the first one that we passed is called Blue Haven, and I don't think the name needs any more explaining.
Just as beautiful as the bay is the peninsula over there, called Blue Haven Rock. The next beaches we visit are Twilight Beach and Salmon Beach. The Twilight Bay is famous for the stunning rock formations in the crystal clear waters. Move on as the landscape seems to get rockier and the coastline even more dramatic.
When we drive further along the coast on our little loop drive, we'll find some lagoons, and they have beautiful original names like 9 Mile Lagoon, 10 Mile Lagoon, 11 Mile Lagoon and so on. There are natural pools created by the barriers with the bluest water, and you're supposed to be able to do some good snorkeling here. But as you can imagine, it's a little bit windy today and it's hard enough as it is standing right here. But they are incredible.
I've been looking out for somebody just like you, but then you walk on by and I knew what I had to do. The way you're moving, the way you're shining, everybody's watching you. I wanna make you mine. The way you're looking, the way you're smiling,
At the end of the loop drive we come across Esperance Pink Lake. But due to the seasonal changes, the salt lake isn't always brightly pink. It's still nice though.
Well, somebody just like you, but then you walk on by, and I knew what I had to do.
It's pizza time!
The way you shine, everybody's watching you. I wanna make you mine. The way you're looking, the way you smile, it's like you put a spell on me. You're always on my mind, on my mind.
The Dutch came over here all the way from Europe in Esperance in 1627. But it actually got a French name, because later when the French came here they got caught in a storm in 1792. They went on land to seek shelter and they named it Esperance after their ship, which means hope. So Esperance is actually named after a French ship.
When the British came to Esperance in 1802, the town mainly revolved around mining. In 1890 a harbour was built after the discovery of gold in the region. Nowadays there's still mining, a lot of agriculture and of course tourism. We drive east to National Park Cape Le Grand, a must visit on the Big Lap for the best beaches in Australia.
So we drove all the way to the south of Cape Le Grand National Park. And over here we find some incredible blue bays with super wide beaches. And the first one that we visit is at Whistle Rock and it's called Thistle Cove. So I'll show you the rock and this beach, which are incredibly beautiful.
It's hard to imagine a beach more stunning than this one, but yet there is one officially prettier.
This beach is insane! You will find the most incredible beach of Cape Le Grand at Lucky Bay. And this beach has often been awarded the name Most Beautiful Beach in Australia and even the widest beach in the world. And if you're lucky like the name says, you can even spot some kangaroos on this beach.
In 2023, Lucky Bay was crowned World's Best Beach by a panel of over 2,000 travel professionals. More recently, it was also named the country's best beach by Australia Tourism. Well, this This all means nothing to us, of course. We let Jens be the judge. There isn't a swimming pool on Earth cleaner and brighter than this bay. We are simply blown away.
So we're leaving, and I must say, this might be the most incredible beach that I've visited in my life. And especially because it's not crowded at all. Look at this. Where are all the people? This is so incredible. So normally you can actually be able to see kangaroos on the beach here. Maybe it's a little bit crowded today because we didn't see them over there, but I walked a little bit around the area and I did manage to find one, so it never hurts to look around. So awesome. We conclude our trip in Cape Le Grand with one last bay, and this is Hellfire Bay. And because of the massive rocks on both sides, it's the most stunning beach to go fly with the drone. I'll show you.
You can easily spend multiple days in Cape Le Grand, as there are so many nice spots and there is a campsite as well. I just have to warn you, all beaches that you'll visit in your life after these ones will be ugly as hell.
As we're driving back to Esperance, we see kangaroos all over the place. So we stopped here alongside the road and they're everywhere in the meadows over here. Wow! Look.
We even see one with a baby in the pouch.
As we drive back to Esperance, we drive through England. Okay, we're still in Australia, but they do have Stonehenge. Really?
Back in town, we noticed some cool street art around Esperance. And we enjoyed the awesome campsite that felt like a home away from home.
It was so sad that we had to leave Esperance, but we're still on our way, making the road trip all the way to Perth, and within 3 hours we reach this bush campsite. We'll be putting up camp right over there with the 2 rooftop tents, and it's just 1 more hour to Albany, our next destination in Western Australia. Love it!
Join us next time for Albany and Denmark. And we keep on going because next up is Thailand. Subscribe and travel with us.